Look y'all, this documentary isn't telling us something that we don't kind of already know by now, लेकिन what we do know, उसकी रिविजन कर लें एक आधी तो कोई दिक्कत तो है नहीं. The Social Dilemma is a new documentary now streaming worldwide on Netflix made by Jeff Orlowski, a Stanford-educated Emmy Award-winning overachieving filmmaker who clearly knows what he's talking about. Of course, like any other doomsday documentary about how we're all headed for annihilation because of man's general accountability issues, there are multiple interviews in this film with sanctimonious ex-Silicon Valley big shots who, after making a ton of money, realized maybe what we unleashed onto the world needed a leash. So let's close off our tab at the bar of evil, walk away with our head held mid-level to high, start organizations to right the wrongs we were party to, and then appear in Netflix documentaries about it because we have to save the world and a movie will help, we guess. Don't get me wrong, अच्छी बात है जब नुकसान करने के बाद रियलाइज हुआ कि क्या कर दिया है हमने और उसे सुधारने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. But forgive me for having little to no sympathy for these people who assumed that their intelligence is the best in the world and the tools that they created will never be misused because nobody will ever figure out ways to abuse things like YouTube suggestion algorithm and the Facebook like button, she says as she makes a video to be uploaded to YouTube and shared on social media. This documentary opens with a quote by an ancient Greek playwright, Sophocles. Nothing vast enters the life of humans without a curse. One of Sophocles' most famous surviving works is Oedipus Rex, which reminds me of another Rex, more current in millennial memory but ironically way more ancient than Sophocles, the Tyrannosaurus Rex. And bear with me while I spin this unnecessarily convoluted yarn, but I have a point. In the book Jurassic Park, which Steven Spielberg adapted into a far better movie by the same name, Dr. Ian Malcolm, played in the movies by Universal daddy Jeff Goldblum, says scientists were so preoccupied with whether they could, they didn't stop to think if they should. And that was in the early 90s, which to millennials feels like 10 years ago but is actually 30 years, though by today's standards is positively ancient. So yes, what Sophocles said before Jesus was a thing, to Michael Crichton, Steven Spielberg and Jeff Goldblum giving us the same warning 30 years ago to another Jeff Orlowski, reminding us again that just because science and tech can do big things doesn't mean they should. The question this documentary today is asking us is, what will it fucking take for humans to understand this? Oh my god. Maybe it's the extreme conviction and confidence in the material and information Jeff Orlowski has to share basis his interviews and research that has led him to not just focus on what he's saying but really go to town on how he's going to be saying it. Really insisting on driving the truths of various evils of social media and Silicon Valley, The Social Dilemma uses multiple styles to get its pertinent points across. Wake Up, There Is Still Time interviews are intercut with a fictional plot involving a family which looks wholesome and happy on the surface. Mom, dad, 3 kids, a young adult, a teen and a preteen, but a lot of social media induced anxiety is lurking just under the surface. As we begin to nod our own sanctimonious heads in relatability watching this, the documentary, which has now become a docudrama, turns into science fiction Black Mirror-y dystopia. Mad Men actor Vincent Kartheiser is a Facebook-like social media platform personified, and in a triple role, each devoted to one particular thing the company is trying to achieve through its users. He controls the teenager in this fictional family through exciting pop-ups and social media features on the teenager's mobile phone, and once the kid is addicted, he starts selling his attention span to bidders for ads. अगर इससे भी आपको समझ में नहीं आया कि social media is bad for you and is literally controlling your life, it's using you, though there are helpful animation cutaways involving people and computers and graphs and bright big letters spelling out the same. This coming together of genres is actually quite cool, I'm not gonna lie, because that's kind of what social media also started out like, no? Especially Facebook for my generation. We had an entirely different secret identity and life online, which didn't intersect with who we were offline. Online circles were small, mostly limited to friends or like-minded Harry Potter fan communities. Over the last decade or so, with Twitter, Instagram, verified profiles, TikTok, etc., social media kept bellowing like raita, and gradually our various lives, like the genres in this documentary, became the same thing. We started producing content, and platforms like YouTube started rewarding creators with actual money. Brands began to spend online in a big way, तो अब कुछ secret नहीं है. Platforms now demand you to be as real online as you are in your life, minus the accountability. Hence, the film recognizes and harps on about how we as individuals must now figure out a discipline with regards to our social media use and presence. Unlike another famous Netflix doc, The Great Hack, the Social Dilemma's focus is not on how social media has taken over the world and destroyed governments. It's only talking about how it has taken you over, one person at a time, which eventually led to our internet overlords amassing the power to be able to harm countries, economies, and write history in favor of the rich and powerful. Historically, various movements and agitations were organized and sustained to bring discipline to things and systems that had begun to take over human life to maintain a balance. For instance, the 5-day, 8-hour work week, minimum wages, faster and more convenient public transport, age and other appropriate restrictions on alcohol consumption, so we don't get consumed and overwhelmed by the challenges and negative impacts of society and things in it. But now that social media is the new society, especially in a pandemic, because there don't exist any such systems on large national and global scales to counter the harmful effects of internet communities and platforms, the Social Dilemma is talking to you directly, the user. You are shown people checking the screen time feature on their phones and taking pride in reducing it. Parents are talking about parental control for kids. Families are discussing among themselves various ways to connect with each other in person. There is also a randomly weird protest and some kids get arrested just because they happen to be only passive observers, really highlighting the need to stay away from anything that is anarchic, not for dissent, but only because there is no governance in place at all, इसलिए anarchy फैली हुई है. The documentary ends on a hopeful note. We might be in purgatory, but all is still not lost. People who helped create these monsters are there to help us move away from them, not even attempting to destroy them entirely. The film isn't necessarily asking us to take down all our social media accounts and set fire to the YouTube subscriber buttons that they send you after 100,000 subs. It's reminding us of why we got onto the platforms in the first place, and that our continued use of these should evolve accordingly and not just be limited to becoming lab rats for whoever has the most money and strongest evil intentions. A man named Jaron Lanier appears as himself in this movie. He's been part of the internet business since the 80s, one of its true pioneers. Now he makes contemporary classical music and tells anyone who would listen, stay offline. He says during an interview, critics drive improvement. Critics are optimists, which is the smallest takeaway from this documentary film, but frankly, I am taking it, okay? Be a critic, be discerning, don't be a hater. Like this video, agar अच्छा लगे तो, and go watch The Social Dilemma on Netflix. Come back and tell me in the comments if you spot this Steve Wozniak cameo. He's on his phone at a seminar and it's just kind of cute. Listen, I know I sound like a bit of a hypocrite, but if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do and also share. And somewhere on the screen, I will also put like playlists and other videos. Watch. I am using internet for good.